A lot of people have been asking how you make films in the movies, so I'm going to talk you through a little film that I made a while back, and it's called It Came From Uranus, inspired by those early Twilight Zone episodes I watched as a kid. The whole idea of this is girl meets boy, girl takes boy back to flat, and boy turns into a horrible alien. And as I was making this movie, I could decide to how raunchy their first meeting will be. So she's outside, he's inside, they're going to meet for the first time, and we'll just see what happens. Here they are just talking away. Now the interesting thing, as I was making the movie, I could have them snogging, I could have them really getting on, but I sort of took the more subtle approach, and so a little shot under the table of a foot touching a foot was just enough to suggest that something was going on. And this is the whole point about making movies, is you can change the content of the film as you watch it being shot, and these things are called sliders, and that's exactly what we did on this film. So here they are driving along, they're going back to her house, and they're going to watch a movie together. Well, you know, that's all very well and good, but how can you make watching a movie dramatic? Again, this is where another slider comes in. You can adjust how scared he is and how scared she is, and as you see, she's overly reacting to the movie. Anyway, let's continue on with the story. As she goes and gets a cup of coffee, so he suddenly falls foul to a coughing fit, and that coughing fit obviously is going to turn him into some horrible monster, and this is where the costumes come in. What I decided to do is, halfway through this scene, I changed him into a lizard man costume. I could have changed him into a robot, I could have changed him into a woman if I liked, but you know, being able to do that as the film's being shot is really exciting. And again, you can see the dramaticism of this shot here. She could have attacked him with a gun, she could have attacked him with a fist, but I chose the old bloody knife approach. And then in classic fashion, of course, the weakling always wins, the good guys always wins, and another classic little move you can make with horror films is the bad guy never actually dies. And then you've got to finish with a punch, and that punch in this case is a knife in the face of the alien, which is a pretty good punch, as I said, inspired by the Twilight Zone. All of this was shot in the movies, all of this was done using slider bars and choosing scenes and sets, and all of it could be changed absolutely. Whether this is going to be a B movie or my next big classic hit, that's up to the reviewers. Thanks very much.